Hey, hey, hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? Does the Sabbath start in the evening or the morning? That's what this is about. Does the Sabbath start in the evening or the morning? And I'm of the persuasion that it starts in the morning. That's right. Nowhere in the Tanakh, nowhere in the Torah does it state that the Sabbath is from evening to evening. Nowhere in the Tanakh, nowhere in the Torah does it state that you start every day from evening to evening. There are only 2 days, two, I believe it's two or three, but I'm going to say two, that has anything to do with the start of the evening. and one of those is Passover. All right, so let's do this. We're going to put this on the screen real fast. All right, and Leviticus 23. Leviticus 23. Verse 4, it says, "These are the appointed seasons of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their appointed season. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at dusk, is the Lord Passover." So we know at dusk is evening, right? That's the same word for evening. Maybe in a like KJV or different translations, it'll say evening, right? So you start the Passover at evening, at dusk, right? You also start Yom HaKippurim. Let's go here. Verse 27. Howbeit, hold up, my eye itch. Howbeit, on the 10th day of the 7th month is the day of atonement. There should be a holy convocation unto you. You shall afflict your souls. You shall bring an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And you shall do no manner of work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any manner of work in that same day, that soul will I destroy from among his people. And ye shall do no manner of work. It is a statute forever throughout your generations and all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of solemn rest. You shall afflict your souls. In the 9th day of the month at even, from even unto even, you shall keep your Sabbath. So you have the Passover, Pesach, which is at evening or dusk. And then you have Ha Kippurim, which is the Day of Atonement, which is from evening to evening. So you have those two that directly tells us you begin this or this is at evening. Nowhere in the Torah or the Tanakh does God tell us that every day starts at evening. Nowhere, you won't find it. Nowhere in the Tanakh or the Torah where you see God tell us that the Shabbat, the weekly Shabbat, starts at evening. Nowhere. That is a tradition that's been going on for so long, but that is not original to the Tanakh. Shabbat Shalom, Aki. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Right, so let's get into it. I'm gonna show you a chapter and some context that's gonna directly tell us when to start the Shabbat. Right? So let's go to Exodus chapter 16. Exodus chapter 16. Let me put this right here. And we're going to read because we like to read. Shalom, 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 shalom. And we're going to read because we like to read. Exodus 16 is going to let us know that the Shabbat starts in the morning. The Shabbat does not start at evening. All right? Let's read. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. The whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, would that we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, when we did eat bread to the full. For ye have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. So we see they're complaining about their hunger. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Well, let's bring that back over here. They're complaining about their hunger because they're hungry. They want to eat. So they start tripping on Moses. All right. Then said the Lord unto Moses, behold, I will cause to rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a day's portion every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or not. And it shall come to pass on the 6th day that they shall prepare that which they bring in. It shall be twice as much as they gather daily. So boom, it's gonna make it rain. And on the 6th day, they gotta gather a double portion, right? And Moses and Aaron said unto the children of Israel, at even then you shall know the Lord hath brought you out from the land of Egypt. And in the morning, then you shall see the glory of the Lord. For that he hath heard your murmurings against the Lord. And what are we that you murmur against us? And Moses said, this shall be when the Lord give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. For that the Lord heareth your murmurings, which ye murmured against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. So he tells them, you're going to get something in the evening, and you're going to get something in the morning. You're going to get flesh in the evening, and you're going to get bread in the morning. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Oh, let's start this. Hold up. Let me read this comment real fast. Right. It says, I'm open to learning something new, but I was under the impression that the reason uncleanliness was made clean again at evening was because the day restarted then. I mean, that's an opinion, but that's not what the text say. You know, people have certain opinions, but that's not what the text say. Okay. And where I was at. All right, verse 9. And Moses said unto Aaron, say unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before the Lord, for he hath heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spoke unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmuring of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, at dusk ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning you shall be filled with bread, and you shall know that I am the Lord your God. So again, evening, meat, morning, bread, right? And it came to pass, shalom, 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 shalom. All right. And it came to pass at evening that the quails came up and covered the camp. And in the morning there was a layer of dew round about the camp. And when the layer of dew was gone, behold, upon the face of the wilderness, a fine scale like thing, fine as the hoarfrost of the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, what is this? For they knew not what it was. And Moses said unto them, it is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. Gather ye of it every man according to his eating, and omer a head, according to the number of your persons. You shall take it, every man for them that are in his tent. So he tells them, gather the bread, right? Verse 17. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. And when they did meet it with Omer, he gathered much. Excuse me. He that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. And Moses said unto them, let no man leave of it till morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some was left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and it rotted. So Moses, they were supposed to gather it and don't leave none to the morning. They didn't listen because these people just stiff-necked people, right? And Moses was wroth with them, and they gathered it morning by morning. So when are they gathering this bread? Morning by morning. They're gathering it morning by morning, right? They gathered it morning by morning, every man according to his eating. As the sun waxed hot, it melted. And it came to pass on the 6th day, they gathered twice as much, 2 omers for each one. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. So on the 6th day, they gathered twice as much. When did they gather twice as much? In the morning, because that's when the bread is to be gathered. In the morning. And Moses said to them, this is what the Lord has spoken. Tomorrow is a solemn rest, a holy Shabbat unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake, and seethe that which you will seethe. And all that remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning. Right? So he told them, tomorrow is the Shabbat. Bake what you're going to be baking. Pretty much cook what you're going to cook today. Right? So picture this. On the 6th day in the morning, they had to be gathering. Everybody had to gather. Then they was gathering double. So just imagine that this will take a while for all these thousands of people to gather all this bread, and then they had to gather twice for their family. It's gonna take a while. And then on top of that, that same day, they had to cook their food for that day and the food for the next day. So they had to do all that. And tomorrow is the Shabbat. Right? Let's not talk about the evening. Let's read it again. And he said unto them, this is what the Lord hath spoken. Tomorrow is the solemn rest. He didn't say the evening. He said tomorrow is the solemn rest, a holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake, and seethe that which you would seethe. All that remaineth over for you to be kept until the morning. And they laid it up, and they laid it up till the morning, and as Moses bade. And it did not rot, neither was there any worm therein. And Moses said, eat that today, for today is the Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall not find it in the field. So he said today is the Sabbath, and today you will not find it in the field. What is he talking about that you wouldn't find in the field? The bread that will be gathered. Because why? The bread didn't rain down on the 7th morning. It rained on the 7th day. And that's the time where they be gathering. So Moses is the morning now, and Moses saying today. And if you go out to this field where the time of gathering is in the morning, you're not going to find anything to be gathered. He's saying today, the morning, right? And Moses said, eat that today, for today is the Sabbath unto the Lord. Today you should not find it in the field. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the seventh day is the Sabbath. In it there shall be none. And it came to pass on the seventh day that they went out, some of the people to gather, and they found none. So again, when did they gather? In the morning, morning by morning, morning by morning, morning by morning. And Moses said, today is the Sabbath, and today it will be nothing in the field. And they went out there in that field on the seventh day to gather at the time of gathering in the morning, and it was nothing there. This is a clear example how the Sabbath starts in the morning. He didn't tell them, "Oh, you can't gather at evening because the Sabbath is starts tonight." He didn't tell them that. He said you can't gather in the morning. He said today is the Sabbath in the morning. All right, let's keep it going. See where is that? And it came to pass on the seventh day that they went out, some of the people to gather, and they found none. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath, therefore he giveth you on the sixth day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye man in his house, let no man go out of his place on the seventh day. So the people rested on the seventh day, and the house of Israel called the name thereof manna, and it was like coriander, or however you say that, coriander seed, white and taste of it like the wafers made with honey. And Moses said, this is the thing which the Lord commanded. Right? So I ain't gotta read all that. But you clearly see in this example, they're told, let me put this out the way. You clearly see in this example, they're told to gather the bread morning by morning. The quail came in the evening. And Moses told them on the sixth day, gather double. And he also told them on the sixth day, cook everything you need to be cooking, because tomorrow is the Sabbath day, and tomorrow there's going to be nothing out there for you to gather. And when was tomorrow? The morning, the time of gathering. They went out there on the Sabbath, and there was nothing there. Nowhere in this text do you hear anything about the Sabbath is that evening. This whole context is the morning, the morning, the morning, the morning, right? And I want to, excuse me, damn, I want to pull out another one about the gathering of the quail, right? This is in the book of Numbers. Hold on, let me grab this exact verse. Bear with me. This is in the book of Numbers, chapter 11, right? So let's go to the book of Numbers, chapter 11. I think it was verse 31. All right. 31. Right, I'm gonna put this back up here. And there went forth a wind from the Lord, and brought across quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, about a day's journey on this side, and a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and about 2 cubits above the face of the earth. And the people rose up all day, and all night. Right, so you have all day, all night, and then you have and all the next day, and gather quails. So you have day and night, then you have the next day. How can the evening be the next day if evening comes before night? That makes no sense. They have day and night, then the next day. The next day was the next morning. The next day was the next morning. Let's read that again. And the people rose up all that day and all that night and all the next day and gathered the quails. He that gathered least gathered 10 heaps, and they that spread heaps, and they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp, while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against the people. Again, day, night, next day. The next day was the next morning. It is clear in all this context that the next day is the morning. Exodus 16 tells us how to keep this tells us how to keep the Sabbath. It's from morning to morning. The Sabbath is morning to morning. The Sabbath does not start at evening. All right, and I want to go through one more too. One more. I don't want to make this video too long. I want this to be nice and short. How long? Don't even give me the time. But I want this to be nice and short. I want this to be nice and short. Nice and short. Let's go to Judges. Let's go to the book of Judges. The book, I think, is 19. The book of Judges. All right, what verse I want to go to? All right, I'm gonna just start at verse 1. It says, "And it came to pass in those days, when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the farther side of the hill country of Ephraim, who took him a concubine out of Bethlehem in Judah. And his concubine played the harlot against him, and went away from him unto her father's house to Bethlehem in Judah. And there was a space of 4 months, and her father arose and went after her to speak kindly unto her to bring her back. I mean, her husband, excuse me, to bring her back, having his servant with him and a couple of asses. And she brought him into her father's house. And when the father of the damsel saw him, he rejoiced to meet him. His father-in-law, the damsel's father, retained him and abode him. And he abode with him 3 days. 3 days, right? So they eat and drank and lodged there. And it came to pass on the 4th day, they arose early in the morning. The 4th day, early in the morning. The 4th day, early in the morning. Do you understand that? Early in the morning is the start of the 4th day. 4th day. Let's continue reading. And he rose up to depart. And the damsel's father said unto his son-in-law, Stay thy heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward ye shall go your way. So they sat down and did eat and drink, both of them together. And the damsel's father said unto the man, Be content, I pray thee, and tarry all night, and let thy heart be merry. And the man rose up to depart, but his father-in-law urged him that he lodge there again. And he rose up early in the morning on the 5th day to depart. So you had all night. All night is not the 5th day. All night. That's not the 5th day. That is night. And then he rose up early in the morning, the 5th day. This is clear. The day starts in the morning. And he rose up early in the morning on the 5th day to depart. And the damsel's father said, Stay thy heart, I pray thee, and tarry ye until the day declineth. So when day declined, I mean it coming the end of the day. And they did eat, both of them. And when the man rose up to depart, He and his concubine and his servant, his father-in-law, the damsel's father, said unto him, Behold, now the day draweth toward evening. The day is, he said, the day is coming to evening. The evening part of this day, not a new day. The evening part of this day, tarry, I pray you, all night. The evening part of this day, stay here all night. This is not a new day. And the day groweth to an end. Excuse me. And behold, the day groweth to an end. Lodge here, that thy heart may be merry. And tomorrow get you up early on your way. The evening wasn't tomorrow. The night wasn't tomorrow. Tomorrow was what? The next day, the morning. This is when the day starts, the morning. Let's read that one more time. We're going to read verse 9 one more time. And when the men rose up to depart, he and his concubine, shalom, shalom, shalom. And when the men rose up and when the men rose up to depart, he and his concubine and his servant, his father-in-law, the damsel's father, said unto him, Behold, now the day draweth toward evening. The day is drawing towards evening, right? Tarry, I pray you, all night. Behold, the day groweth to an end. Lodge here, that thy heart may be merry. And tomorrow get you early on your way, that thou mayest go home. So the tomorrow wasn't the evening. The tomorrow wasn't the night. The tomorrow was the next day, which was the morning. Do you understand that? The evening does not start the day. The evening is not the next day. But let's continue reading. Indeed, 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 indeed. It's clear. It's clear. No, and all I'm going to do is just read the text. We're just going to read. All right. But the man would not tarry that night, but he arose up and departed and came over against Jebus, the same as Jerusalem. And there were with him a couple of asses saddled, his concubine also with him. All right, we don't have to read this. I don't want to read. I want to just get to the part about the day. All right, yeah, I'm sure y'all read this chapter already. Let's get down. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Let's get down to the part that I want to get to. All right. All right, verse 25. And the men would not hearken to him. So the man lay not, but the men would not hearken unto him. So the man laid hold on his concubine and brought her forth unto them, and they knew her and abused her all night until the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. So listen to that what I just said. They abused her all night until the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. So when it means the day begin to spring, when the sun is coming up, they let her go. So when the day began to start, they let her go. The day starts in the morning, not the evening. All right. Her all night until the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. Then came the woman in the dawning of the day. The dawning of the day is the beginning of the day. And fell down on the door of the man's house where her Lord was till it was light. So they took her, they abused her all through the night, right? Same day, even the evening didn't change the day. They let her go at the dawning of the day, the springing of the day, the beginning of the day. And we know the beginning of the day was when? Look what it says. Till it was light. Till it was light outside. That's the beginning of the day. And her Lord rose up in the morning and opened the doors of the house and went out to go his way, and behold, the concubine was fall down at the door of his house with her hands upon the threshold. Right? We don't have to read any more of this, but we see clearly in Judges 19, the day starts in the morning. We saw in Exodus 16, the Sabbath starts in the morning. The next day is the morning, right? Hold on, let's put this on the next day in the morning. Right. So again, nowhere in the Tanakh or in the Torah does it tell you to start the Sabbath or any day, any regular day in the evening. There's only 2 days that you're told specifically at the evening. And that's Pesach, Passover, which starts the evening of the 14th day, which is the evening of the 14th day, and Yom HaKippurim, the Day of Atonement, which it starts the evening of the 9th day throughout the 10th day and ends the evening of the 10th day. Even that in itself, it's still calling the evening of the 9th day the evening of the 9th day. If a new day started that evening, that will be the evening of the next day. That means the evening will become. That means that. Let me try to make this make sense. If the day started that evening, right, and Yom Kippurim is the 10th day, the evening of the 10th day would come before the morning, because the evening after that wouldn't be the 10th day anymore. It would be the 11th day, right? So the evening would come before the morning if the day started that evening. But in Leviticus 23, it tells you the evening before the 10th is still the 9th day. Look, let's go there real fast. Let's go there real fast, because people miss this right here. Let me put this back on the screen. Shalom, shalom. Leviticus 23. Look at this. 32. Look at this. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of holy rest, and you shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at evening. They're calling this even still the 9th day. In the 9th day of the month at evening. So if the 10th day is Yom HaKippurim and the day starts at evening, this would be called the 10th day evening. You get what I'm saying? So it makes no sense to make this argument. And then put it like this. If all days start at evening and was evening to evening, why would God have to point out to start this one day from evening to evening? All the days would be from evening to evening. Makes no sense. If every day started from evening to evening, it would be no point to saying start Ha Yom Kippurim from evening to evening. You would be already doing it. The only reason he would have to tell you to do this from evening to evening is if the days did not normally go from evening to evening. And that's the only one he's told. All the other days he doesn't tell you to do from evening to evening. Why? Because they don't start from evening to evening. They are morning to morning. But this one specifically he wants us to do evening to evening. It would make no sense. If every day started that evening, it wouldn't make no sense to tell us to do this at this one. Like that'll make no sense. All right. So again, the Sabbath does not start at evening. The Sabbath starts in the morning. The day does not start in the evening. The day starts at morning. Only time evening comes into matter is for Pesach which is Passover, and Yom HaKippurim, the Day of Atonement. Pesach is the evening of the 14th day. Even Pesach, if the right, even Pesach, if if the day started that evening, that would be the 15th day. It wouldn't be the 14th. Right? Let me go to another one. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 16 real fast. Pay attention to this. This is how we know the day starts in the morning as well. It's another example. Another example. Look what this says. Verse 4. There shall be no leaven seen with thee in all thy borders 7 days. Neither shall any flesh which thou sacrifice the first day at evening remain all night until the morning. Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover offering within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, but at the place which the Lord thy God shall choose to cause his name to dwell in. There shall you sacrifice the Passover at even. So the Passover is sacrificed at evening. Look what it says. At the going down of the sun, right? At the season that thou camest forth out of Egypt. Thou shalt roast it and eat it in the place which the Lord thy God shall choose, and thou shalt turn in the morning to go to thy tents. 6 days shall you eat unleavened bread. Did you not just see with that? So it says at Passover, which is the evening, you're there, and then in the morning you leave. Why do you have to leave in the morning? Because the feast of unleavened bread is the 15th day. That starts in the morning, the next morning. So you would be at the temple eating your Passover, doing what you do, the Passover dinner, and then in the morning you leave to go do unleavened bread, the 15th day. This tells you in the morning, in the morning, in the morning, unleavened bread starts. Right. So this is clear. Clear. Well, let's see. Appreciate it. What does this say? New Testament say Sabbath is sunrise to sunrise. Do you agree? I have no clue. Really, how what's the New Testament point of view on that? Exodus 16, 23, 24. What's that? The 3 times a year? Let's go to what's Exodus 16. Oh yeah, I just went through Exodus. I'm tripping. I just went through Exodus 16. Yeah, Exodus 16 is definitely clear. Yeah, we just did that. But let's go read it again. Exodus 16. This was the first one I went to show you that the Shabbat starts in the morning. And he said unto them, this is what the Lord hath spoken. Tomorrow is the solemn rest, a holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake, seethe that which you will seethe, and all that remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning. And they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade them. And it did not rot, neither was there any worm within. And Moses said, eat that today, for today is the Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall not find it in the field. Why did Moses say today you should not find it in the field? Because they had to gather bread morning by morning. So this is the morning time. He said, today you got to eat. You're not going to find nothing in the field, because every morning they would go out and gather in the field. But since it's the 7th day and it's the Shabbat now, it's not going to be nothing there. And we go. When do you think Shabbat end though, bro? Sunrise to sunset or sunrise to sunrise? It's sunrise to sunrise. Reason why we know it's sunrise to sunrise, we go to Genesis 1. Oh, I know. Okay, yeah. I didn't mean to do that. If we go to Genesis 1, all right, look what it says, verse 5. And he called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning one day. So morning, the coming forth of the morning is the next day. Verse 8. And God called the firmament heaven, and there was evening, and there was morning a second day. So every time morning comes, it's another day. Go down to this one, 13. And there was evening and there was morning a third day, right? 19. And there was evening and there was morning a fourth day. So if you go here, every time the morning comes is what? A new day. Every time the morning comes, it's a new day. It goes morning, evening, night, morning, morning, evening, night, morning, morning, evening, night, morning. Clear. All right, what's this? All right, it says, read Ezekiel 46 when you'll see the hours. Okay, let's go to Ezekiel. 46. All right, Ezekiel 46, 1 through 4. All right. And thus said the Lord, the gate of the inner court that looked toward the east shall be shut 6 working days, but on the Sabbath it shall be open. And in the day of the new moon it shall be open. And the prince shall enter by the way of the porch of the gate without, and shall stand by the post of the gate. And the priest shall prepare his burnt offerings and his peace offerings, and he shall worship at the threshold of the gate. Then shall he go forth, but the gate shall not be shut until the evening. Likewise, likewise the people of the land shall worship at the door of the gate before the Lord, and the Sabbaths and in the new moon, and the burnt offering that the prince shall offer unto the Lord shall be in the Sabbath day, 6 lambs. So what are you pointing out? That the time of the gate closing? What are you talking about? Let's see. Okay, so when you understand a working day, when it begins and ends, you'll have a. Or we know you don't. You're not working at night. That's not the argument. We know you have the day, which is the morning portion. Then you have the evening, and you have the night. You have yom. Yom doesn't only mean the morning portion of the day. Yom is also morning, evening, and night. That completes one day cycle, 24-hour cycle. Right? So the gates of the city and the temple closes at evening because people are going to bed, is asleep, but you still cannot go out and work doing or do any type of work during the nighttime portion. Because if you do any work during the nighttime portion of the seventh day, that's still a sin. Still a sin. So you cannot go out and work at the night portion of the seventh day. Day is morning, evening, and night. That's what some people get confused because they just say, "Oh, day is just the daytime portion." No, day is not only the daytime portion, but yeah. Sabbath is not only work you get paid for. Sabbath you rest from work you get paid for and every other type of work. So when you at your job, you can't work for money on the Sabbath, but you also can't be in the field picking up sticks. That's work. You can't be around your house moving furniture. That's work. So there's work. It's not work of the job of the what you get paid for. So yes, the work day ends as far as your job, what you get paid for at evening, but that's not the only work that's restricted. All manner of work is restricted on the Sabbath. All work. Um, I hear you, bro. All I say, keep looking over the passage in Ezekiel. In time, you'll get. No, I already understand it. You're talking about when the work day, the day the when the work day, as far as when you get from your job, that ends at evening. But even though when the temple gates is closed, you still cannot be around your house picking up sticks. You still can be around your house lifting furniture. You still can't be doing that in the evening or at night of the seventh day. Still can't do that. Or are you saying let me see, even more than just the hours of work? It shows the hours of Sabbath worship and sunrise to sunset. Yeah, because everybody will be home. Everybody will be home around after sunset. But that doesn't mean that you can work. So are you telling me when the sunset, you could be around your house doing any type of labor? Let me know. Can you do the seventh day at night? He said, "Yeah." See that's wrong. That's wrong. You have to understand day cycles, right? For example, let's go to Genesis 2 real fast. This is which a lot of people don't understand. Let's go to Genesis 2. Because y'all just think y'all just think day is the morning portion. That's not. All right. So I'm gonna show you something real fast. All right. All right. Verse 4. And these are the generations of the heaven and earth when they were created. In the day the Lord God made heaven and earth. You see this as day, right? This is the same word yom. Did God create did God create heaven and earth in the same morning? No, God did not create heaven and earth in the same day. Okay. Now the whole day is okay. Exactly. So the whole day, morning, evening, is night, is the seventh day. That's true, but the Sabbath is rest for the working day. The Sabbath is not only rest for the working day. And when you say working day, I believe you're talking about work as in when you leave your house, you go to your job. That's not the only thing the Sabbath is made for. The Sabbath is any type of work. So when you get off work and you come home, even though you're not getting paid for that, you still can't do that work. The nighttime portion is still the seventh day. The nighttime portion is still the seventh day. The next day does not start until the morning. Still the seventh day. What is it? True Sabbath is in I think it's in any kind of burden, Jeremiah 17. Yes, any yeah, exactly. It's not just your 9 to 5. Right. So again, when you get off work in the evening comes and the gate closes and everybody is home, that's still the seventh day until the morning come. And you should be either resting, sleeping. Well, you're gonna be sleeping anyway. It's nighttime, so that shouldn't be a problem. But that's still considered the seventh day. You can't have no overnight job on the you can't you can't have the overnight job on the seventh day. That's yes, rest from work. Work, all manners of work. Oh, let's go there real fast. All manners of work, not just work you get paid for. Exodus 20. Went to the wrong one. Look what it says. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath unto the Lord thy God. In it thou should do, excuse me, in it thou should do any manner of work. Any manner of work. Any manner of work is your work at your 9 to 5. Any manner of work is when you're home, then you can lift your couches, any of that. So yes, you're off from your um uh 9 to 5 work, but you also work from the handyman work you think you could do around the house that you don't get paid for. Any manner of work. Any manner of work. All right, let's read these again. In it thou should not do any manner of work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. So again, this is within your gates. For in the 6 days the Lord made the heaven and earth and the sea and all of them that is, and he rested on the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the seventh day and hallowed it. The seventh day is hallowed. The whole 7th day. The whole 7th day. Not just the morning portion. All right, what you want to Psalms 104? Let's read that. And I'm about to get off here in a little bit because I don't want this video to be too long. Psalms 104, 22 and 23. The sun rises, they slink away, and the couch in their dens. Man goeth forth unto his work, and do his labor until the evening. Yes, this is talking about his job. But again, the Sabbath is not only for just your job; it's any manner of work. So when you come home from your labor in the evening, and you're home, you still cannot do work. You still cannot be up there lifting, picking up sticks, moving stuff around. You cannot do any manner of work, any manner. So yes, this text is true, but that doesn't mean the seventh day does not end at evening. The seventh day ends in the morning. All right, what's this? Hold on, let me see this one. Okay, the evening till the morning means a full day has passed, and it's night, which Yah used to separate the darkness from light. The next morning's evening, then the end, then the night season, it repeats. Oh, let me read this again. I think I missed this. The evening till the morning means a full day has passed. Then it's night, which mean Yah used, which Yah used to separate the darkness from light. And the next morning season, evening and the night season. I don't know what you're trying to say here. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're trying to say here. Nope. I always thought the Sabbath ended at sundown. Nope. While the earth remaineth, shall harvest the cold and heat, the summer, winter, day and night shall not cease. This is what people get confused, right? You have day, yom, which is the light portion outside. You have night, which is the night portion. You have evening, which is between the night and the day. But those three sessions also make one whole day. Makes one whole day. So you have day, evening, night. And those three make one day. So day one is what? Day, evening, night. Day two, day, evening, night. Day three, day, evening, night. Day four, day, evening, night. Day five, morning, evening, night. Day six, morning, evening, night. Day seven, morning, evening, night. As you have to understand, it's not just the morning portion. Like that is not correct. Yeah. Let's see. Sabbath day don't end at evening, correct? But seventh working day. But again, this is y'all keep making it seem like the Sabbath is just for the working, like when you go to job. It's any manner of work. So yes, on the seventh day, your working day, as far as your job, ends at evening. But day seven still goes on. The night portion is still a part of day seven. And day seven at night, you still can't do any manner of work. Still can't. So again, working day as far as when you go to work and when you come home, yes. But it's any manner of work, not just your job. Okay. I'm trying to read some of y'all comments. Hold up. This all boils down to us fathers, juniors community when they do their Sabbath from evening to evening. Yeah. That evening to evening stuff is crap. 6 days you work, the seventh you rest. Yes, indeed. And again, it's all manner of work. Remember that. It's not just your job. Any manner of work. Any manner, not just your job. 6 days you work. What time of day is that talking about? This is using the same understanding. Oh. Let me go back to Ezra because again, y'all keep thinking it's just talking about your work 9 to 5. It's any manner. Look what it says. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is a Sabbath unto the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any manner of work. Any manner of work. That means your 9 to 5, your job. That means work around your house, working at any manner of work. Any manner. Remember that. Any manner of work. Now, when you get to I think is that unleavened bread where it says not to do servile work? Now, you can't do servile work on that day, but you could do the other manners of work. This is not only just talking about servile work. This is any manner of work. Any manner. So again, the working day from when you go to work ends at 7. That's the working time period. But evening and night is still part of day 7. And you can't do no other manner of work. Remember it. All right, let's try. I'm gonna read some more of these comments, then I'm about to get off this. Yeah, I made 2 lights, one to rule the day and one for the night. Day is sunrise. Y'all not getting it. You have day, which is the morning portion, but you also have a day unit, which is morning, evening, and night. The word yom or day is not just for the morning time period, bro. All right. What about driving more than an hour on Shabbat service? I study at home. That's more Jewish thingy. This that's more Jewish thing. You don't have to stay in your house. You don't have to stay in your house on the Sabbath. Night is not day. Oh my goodness. The day is the season. It is when the sun rules. Oh my goodness. So when it says 6 days of labor, what time is that talking about? It's talking about the whole day. The whole day. The whole day. Morning, evening, and night. Where is that written, my good brother? Where's what written? I appreciate you going through these points, King. Yeah, bless good information. Baruch Hashem. All right. I don't know what y'all. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to one more place. I'm gonna go to one more place. I'm gonna go back to Leviticus. Go back to Leviticus, and this is going to debunk that. All right. We're going to debunk that. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Verse 4. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Verse 4. These are the appointed seasons of the Lord, even holy convocations. You shall proclaim in their appointed seasons. In the first month of the 14th day of the month at dusk. Why is this evening portion still called the 14th day? Explain that to me. Why is this 14th day of this month at evening still called the 14th day? The Lord's Passover is when the sun goes down. That's still the 14th day. Explain that to me if you're telling me the night portion is still not the same day. Great point. Evening is still the day. Point proven. Yes, it is. All right. So, and I'm gonna point out. And look, this is what I was talking about, where it says no servile work. And the first day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no manner of servile work. Servile work is the work you get paid for. On the Sabbath is not only no servile work; it's all manner of work. It's all manner of work. So unleavened bread, You can't go to work, but you can be around your house doing stuff because you got to cook, you got to do all that stuff to prepare the feast. You can do that type of work. But on a Sabbath day, it's no manner of work. So you can't go to your job and you can't be at home working. You can't. I'm gonna sit home all day and then when the sun go down, I'm gonna get up and start doing stuff. That's it's still a seventh day. Mm. I'm gonna read this one. I'm gonna read one more. Then I'm gonna get to that comment. Hold up. And it shall be unto you a Sabbath of wholesome rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the ninth day of the month at evening. So the evening of the ninth day is still called the ninth day, and that's the nighttime portion. That's when the sun. That's when it's the you know. All right, what is this? Can I ask you this? When shall Yah's name be praised? From when to when? From the rising of the sun to the going down of the same evening. At night we sleep. I'm confused by this. When shall Yah's name be praised? From when to when? From the rising of the sun to the going down of the same at evening. At night we sleep. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm confused by that. Yes, yes. At night we sleep. Yes, but the night is still. So say if we praise, say if this the fifth day, we praise God. Morning, the evening, still the fifth day. We're sleep, the nighttime portion of the fifth day. When we awake, when the sun goes up, that's the start of the sixth day. I hope that understand. But this that kind of confused me. I'm not sure what you're trying to say right there. Mm, it's the end of the day. The evening is part of the day. The evening is the transition when the sun goes down and to the bringing in the night. But the night isn't the start of a new day. The night is the night portion of the say of the fifth day. It's the nighttime portion of the fifth day. Again, when we say day is not on yes, day is when the sun is out. Evening is when it's transition from when the sun is out to the sun is down, which is nighttime. But those are still a day unit. So you have to understand the difference between a day unit and day as in just morning. That's why I went to Genesis chapter 2 to show you that is a unit of the second day and the third day. They call both of them one day because Yom could be used different ways, not just morning time. All right, but I wanted to keep this video short. So I don't know if anybody if y'all got something else to say, let me know. If not, I'm about to get up off this. Get up off this. So just remember, you have day, which is the morning, evening, the night, but all three of those make up a day unit. All right. Oh, hold up. I just thought of something. Numbers. Is that numbers 26? I think I just thought of is that number 26? What is that? What text is that? What text is that with the daily sacrifices? Oh, that was a good point. Hold on. I need that. That just came up in my mind today. What is that? Is that numbers daily sacrifices? We're gonna see when the daily sacrifices is given. Is it 20? Hold on. 20, is it 29? Let me see. Oh no. Nah, I'm looking at the daily sacrifices. I'm trying to see because the daily sacrifice are told to do it at okay, hold up. Is it days? Oh, that's not it. It's 28. All right, 28. 20. Yeah, appreciate it. Oh yeah, here we go. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, My food which is presented unto me for offerings made by fire of a sweet savor unto me, shall ye observe to offer unto me in its due season. And they shall offer, and they shall say unto them, This is the offering made by fire which ye shall bring unto the Lord. The he lambs in the first year without blood. Is this it? All right, right, yeah. Two, right. The he lambs of the first year without blemish, two day by day, for a continuing burnt offering. The one lamb shall you offer in the morning, and the other lamb shall you offer at dusk. Right? So, what I wanted to go here is because it's two a day. One is in the morning, and the other one is at evening. You see how the evening is still considered that day, even though the evening is technically not the morning part no more, but it's still called the day. Yes, morning and evening. Morning and evening is still considered that day. How does that cut me? How does that cut me? You guys are saying the evening is the end of the morning. I mean the end of the day. The hours of sacrifice prove worship is sunrise to sunset. What does that have to do? Oh my goodness. These are the hours of work. These are the hours of worship during Sabbath. Hours of sacrifice. All right, but we're talking about the day. When the hours of worship is over, that's not the end of the day. That's what you don't understand. You guys said the morning. You guys said the morning is the daytime portion. You said the evening wasn't the day. You said the only portion of the you said the only day is the morning. You said the day ends at evening. If the day ends at evening, why is this evening sacrifice still called the same day? Like this is crazy. Exodus 29. Let's go there. Exodus 29. Yeah, keep talking about Ezekiel. Ezekiel was just working when you at work. It's like, bro, either y'all not understanding me or I'm not explaining this good. The one lamb shall thou offer in the morning, and the other lamb shall offer at dusk. Yes, and that morning and evening is the same day. You said the day ends at evening. That means that evening should not be called day. Okay. Ezekiel for disconnect. I'm gonna. Okay, yeah, I'm not about to do this. I keep telling you. All right, so this is again. I'm gonna say this one more time. Then I'm about to get out of here. I've been up here too long anyway. The Sabbath. I'm gonna try to say this nice and concise. Excuse me. The Sabbath is not only for servile work or your job to be off. The Sabbath is for all all manner of work to stop. All manner of work to stop. So in Ezekiel 46, it's talking about the end of when people come home from work to close the gates. That's talking about coming home from to close the gates. That's not when the Sabbath ends. That's just telling you your job is over. You're home now. But you also can't do work around the house because it's still the seventh day. But hey, shalom, man. Again, look up the difference between just day portion and the daytime unit. But shalom, shalom. I'm about to get out of here. It's still the day. Oh, let me ask you this. Right now is nighttime. Is it day 7 or day 8 to you guys? That's my question right now. Is it day 7 or day 8 right now? Answer that question, then we could close off. Because where I'm at is nighttime, so I don't know if it's nighttime. Where you guys at? Still day 7, but Sabbath rest is no, it's not. Oh my goodness! It says no manner of work. No manner of work is not just talking about work you get paid for. If it's still day 7, that means you cannot do any work. That means I cannot go and lift some weights. I cannot go and do some work around my house. It's no manner of work. No, he said, trust me, bro. I'm not. I'm not. Just go read Exodus 20 again, man. It's no manner of work. It's not just work you get paid for. You're mistaking it with work you get paid for, as in your job. It's not only that. There's no manner of work. But shalom, shalom, shalom. It's still day 7. Please don't do any work. I catch y'all, man. Shabbat shalom.